Let's talk about that Gintama. My journey through Gintama, I basically did was just like read the whole story, and sometimes at the occasion I just watch the anime. And like what I did was like when I went up to go see my best friend at his university, I watched a couple episodes of Gintama while I was up there, and just catching up from like what I've been reading from the manga. And I also, and after all that, I just did was just kept on reading the chapters whenever I got the chance. Like when I was at home, I just read the chapters. When I was like at work and there was nothing to do, I just brought my iPod and then just read through the chapters. And I'm basically, y'all know I'm a manga guy, and sometimes I watch the episodes. And what I did, I definitely watched the episodes when they had the major arcs, and also with some favorite parts from the manga I just had to watch. I started after spring break and finished it yesterday. So what kind of got me into reading and watching Gintama, it has to be like either the hype of Gintama, what started out earlier this year where people were talking about the hype of it, and basically when the new anime was announced. And also it has to be from Chibi Reviews when he just said like he's starting Gintama like because of the hype and like seeing how funny it is. So I just said like, hey, after I finish Hunter x Hunter, I'm gonna give Gintama a try. You have it where in this story the main character named Gintoki, or you can call him Gin, where he has to like do a bunch of odd jobs with Kagura and Shinpachi, which their group name is called Yozora, but you can just call them odd jobs. And basically what they do is just like they do these like weird jobs, and they just do it just so they can pay off the rent. And seeing what they do, like just to pay off the rent, it's just hilarious. And if I have to say anything, Gintama is not afraid to break the fourth wall and stuff. Like, they create a fourth wall and they just break it. And just like they mention in one chapter in Gintama, I believe it was like the first one, it Gin like mentions, like he says like, oh, this is pretty long for a manga chapter. And then, like when you have it in the anime, they recently do it in the anime, like when they say like about like the episode, and they say like, what, you're not supposed to be in this episode, and like that kind of stuff. And like just basically referencing the show itself. And like in the beginning when they like reference like saying like this is like the season finale, and like this is like the beginning of the season, and like all this other stuff, it's funny. Like I don't get how this series doesn't get a high praise like One Piece and Naruto and Bleach, but it deserves high praise because of this. And seeing what Gintama does, it's pretty interesting what it does than what the original shonens that I've seen, what it can do. Like it's straight on funny. To mention the parodies with like they reference like Dragon Ball Z a bunch of times. They've referenced Naruto at least once, One Piece, Bleach, and a bunch of more series that they like to do a parody of, which is just hilarious to do. They do, because every time they do a parody of that, it just makes me laugh. And the jokes they do by themselves, it just makes me laugh too. Like in one arc when like Gin was on the toilet with Gorilla-san and like two other dudes, it was, and they were like saying like, we ran out of toilet paper, and that had me laughing. Like just like there's like, oh, help me, I ran out of toilet paper, can someone lend me toilet paper? That's gotta be like one of my favorite parts in Gintama. It was just dead on hilarious. So it was really funny. But Gintama is not always about the parodies. It can also be serious. Yes, Gintama has plot in this series. Now, personally, the Gintama, when it goes into plot, is actually pretty good. Like when it goes into serious major story arcs, those are pretty intense, pretty dark, and kind of sad. and really, really awesome where you see Gintoki just go ham on the villains. The Benzai Kura arc, which is, I believe that's how you pronounce it, that's one of my favorite arcs in Gintama. It's the first ever major serious arc they do, but it's pretty good. And when I get the time, if I'm not like catching up to Magi and like High School DxD, maybe I might go and watch the movie wherever I can find it. Another series arc they did is the Four Denvas, which was pretty good. The Yoshiwara and Flames arc was like my third favorite. Shogun Assassination. When I read that arc, that was intense, and it's my second favorite. It was good. Like, I can't tell you guys because this is a spoiler-free video, but if you guys ever read that arc, it's awesome. Y'all need to read it or watch it or whatever y'all's preferences. The Red Spider arc was good, and the current arc, Farewell Senji Gumi arc, and they got a lot more serious arcs, but these are like one of my personal favorites in Gintama. Right now, Gintama is like in my top 5 manga list right now. And as for my anime lists, I'm still trying to like reorder that and figure out what I'm going to put. So, Gintama is pretty awesome. And if I want to point out something, if you guys want to catch up to Gintama, don't like skip the comedic stuff and like go to the serious arcs. Just like watch the comedic stuff. Like have some laughs about it. You know, laugh along with it. Like if you don't like the parodies or the laughs, then maybe the series is not for you. But if you like stuff that would make you laugh and that kind of stuff, then this is a type of series for you. Now, when it goes into the serious arcs, you guys are gonna love it. The seriousness in each of the arcs is just, it was pretty good. It's awesome. Like seeing Gintoki just get serious and go ham, it's amazing. Like especially the if I want to say the most intense arc I have seen in Gintama, it would have to be the Shogun Assassination. So overall, I gotta give this series a 9 out of 10. Like this series, it is awesome. Like I highly recommend to anybody. Like man, Gintama it is something else. I wish I got into this when I was in high school. I bet I would have loved it. But this series is awesome. And I'm gonna start like doing the manga reviews and the anime review, which is gonna come out today. So yeah, that's it on this. Peace out, you guys.